So this is section 1.1, a review. This is a class opener on it. It says, write the algebraic expression that represents the following verbal phrase. So in case you don't remember, the word quotient means to divide, right? So what we're going to do is either write it like this, 4 over x, 4 divided by x, or you could say 4 divided by x. Number 2, 1/4 the square of b. So 1/4 is the fraction 1 over 4, and then the square of b. Okay, 1/4 the square of b. So that means b squared, or b to the second power. So that's really 1/4 times b squared. 1/4 times b squared. Number 3, the sum. What does sum mean? Addition. So let's put a plus sign. And we don't switch the order. The only time we switch order, I don't know if you guys remember that little quarter sheet of paper, the words than and from. That's when we do the switch. So right here, sum, you just bring it down. 11 is the first thing you see, so go ahead and bring that down, 11. And then the second thing that you're adding to 11 is twice a number. So when you say twice a number, when I say what's twice your age, what are you doing to your age?
You
multiply it times 2. So when I say twice a number, you're going to say 2x. Okay? So the correct answer is 11 plus 2x. You shouldn't do an order switch. It shouldn't be 2x plus 11. Even though technically it's the same thing, we don't want to switch right there because we are not using the word from or than. Okay? Moving on to number 4. It says 3 times the number plus 16. Bless you. That's as straightforward as you could get. 3 times the number plus 16. 3 times the number, let's call it x, plus 16. 3x plus 16 is the variable expression right there. You should be writing all this, yeah.
No, the word says like 3 times a number plus 16.
Yeah, you're supposed to be copying that stuff down too.
Okay.
So on number 5, it says 13 decrease by. Again, we're not using the word than, we're not using the word from. So decrease by, you're not going to be doing any switches with the 13 and over here twice the number. You're not going to be switching, you're just going to bring them down. So the 13's first. Let's go ahead and bring down that 13. Decrease, we know that that's a minus sign. Twice a number, we already said that was 2x. Or technically it could be 2 times any letter you want. 2a, 2b, 2n, whatever. I like using the variable x. Number 6, 2 subtracted from a number. Now right here we are using the word from. Okay? So right here we are going to switch. Now what do I mean by switch? This starts out with the 2. And yeah, we are subtracting from, so that's a minus sign. But because we're starting out with the 2, we're going to put the 2 at the end. And then over here it says from a number. Okay, that's just x, and we're going to put that at the front part of this variable expression. So 2 subtracted from a number. The 2 was at the beginning, the number was at the end. We're going to switch the order. Okay, again, we're going to switch the order because of the word from. You guys get it?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7, 91 less than. Again, the word than implies a switch. The word than implies a switch. Less is minus. So how about this? I'm going to put a minus sign right here. And is the 91 going to go first or at the end? It's going to go at the end. So let's put the 91 out here at the end. So it's minus 91 at the end. And what goes in the front? The square of a number. So here's a number, and here it is squared. So there's your final answer, x squared minus 91. That's your final variable expression right there, x squared minus 91. Okay, again, if you're not getting all this, you could get on Edmodo and hit pause and keep up with it then.
Wait, no.
Okay, so number 8. It says, write the following variable expression in 2 different sentences. So right here we have, it's 2m, but what math operation is between the 2 and the m? Multiplication. So you could say 2 times m, or you could have said 2 times a number, right? Or you could also use the fancy word for multiplication, which is what? Product. The product of 2 and m. The product of 2 and m. And likewise, number 9, we could use that same, the word times. We could say 2/3 times r to the 4th power. 2/3 times r to the 4th power, or you could also write the product of 2/3 and r to the 4th power. Let me tell you this, guys. For sure, these first 7 questions up here are almost identical to the first 7 questions on next Friday's test. Okay, so you guys need to have this down. You guys need to go back and watch this video again on Edmodo, knowing that the first 7 questions are almost identical to the first 7 questions on next week's test. There's a couple more things I wanted to talk about, like numbers 10 and 11. There's a big difference when you have parentheses around the base that's negative, as opposed to when you don't have parentheses around the base that's negative. Okay, there's a big difference. Let's zoom in and look at number 10 here. We have -3 in parentheses to the 2nd power. So how do exponents work? The little 2 tells you how many times to write the base being multiplied with itself. So I need to write -3 in parentheses times itself 2 times. So here goes. This is called expanding. -3 times -3. That's what -3 to the 2nd power actually means. -3 times -3. And what is -3 times -3?
Positive 9.
Positive 9, because a negative times a negative equals a positive. Now, if we take a look at number 11 over here on number 11, we do not have parentheses around the -3. Okay? So on 10, these parentheses make the negative be included. So it really is a -3 times a -3. But over here, we don't have parentheses. So what does that mean? That means that we have 3 squared with the negative in front. So what is 3 squared? It's really 3 times 3. And then this negative sign that you have out here, it's just going to come down and be the first part of your expression. So right there, you really have a -3 times a +3. So the final answer is -9. So that's the giant difference of when you have parentheses compared to when you don't have parentheses.
So it would have been 3.
So let's take it a little further, yeah? Let's say, I'll just go over here to the side, and we just make a -2 to the 4th power. Let's put parentheses around that negative sign. That really is a -2 times a -2 times a -2 times a -2 times a -2. Did I say that 4 times or 5 times?
No, 5 times.
5, okay, I messed up. Anyways, that's what it is right there. -2 in parentheses to the 4th power is -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. That's 4 times, right?
Yes.
Okay, now if I didn't have parentheses around it, let's say I just had a -2 to the 4th power, then you're not going to write negative on each 2, because what happens is the 2 to the 4th is really
Would have just been 1.
2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and the negative that's out here in the front, you just slap it in the front of that expression. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you have parentheses, you include the negative each time you write it when you expand it. When you don't have parentheses, you just put it out in the front. Final part of the opener. By the way, there will be some of these questions, review questions on Friday's test also. You need to know when you're actually multiplying and when you're thinking of money. So on number 12, are we multiplying right here on number 12?
Yes.
Are we multiplying here?
No.
Multiplying here?
No.
Multiplying here?
Yes.
Multiplying here? No. Right? So whenever there's no sign between the number and the parenthesis, whenever there's no sign between the 2 terms, that's when you're multiplying. Right here there is a sign, right here there is a sign, right here there's no sign, so we're multiplying. Right here there is a sign, so we're not multiplying. And when we're not multiplying, you're adding and subtracting, you're going to be thinking of money, right? You have and you owe. So let's go with the multiplication problems first. I have -3 times 4. What's the answer?
-12.
-12. Because if the signs are different, the answer is negative. Remember, the only way you're going to get a positive answer when you're multiplying is if either you have a positive times a positive, right? 2 times 3 is 6. Or a negative times a negative equals a positive. Right here, they're different. You're going to get a negative answer. Or you could use that storyline. If a bad thing happens to a good person, that's bad. A negative times a positive is a negative. Let's look at the other multiplication one, this one down here. What's the answer to this one? Negative 3 times negative 4?
Positive 12.
Positive 12, that's right. And the rest is thinking of money. So let's go back to number 13. Let's think of money. What does this mean in terms of money? You owe somebody $3. Minus 4, what does that mean? You owe them $4 more, right? So how much do you owe altogether? You owe 7 altogether. Okay? Number 14. Before thinking of money, I need to do this. And now I could say I owe $3. I have $4. Could I pay them off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have one more dollar.
I'll have $1 left over. And last but not least, again, changing the plus plus. This would mean I have 4 in one pocket. I have 3 in another pocket. I have $7. You can put a plus if you want, or just leave it 7. So all these questions, except for which ones? Yeah, except for 8 and 9. These guys right here, those aren't. I don't think these guys are on the test next Friday. But all the other ones are. Okay, all the other ones are. Every single one of them, at least very similar to these questions, will be on the test next Friday. So please use this video to study for next Friday's test.